Hi guys, it's Phoebe from Mum's Phoebe, and today I'm bringing you back another Doctor Who episode. I thought it would look cool if you could see all my action figures and my Doctor Who posters this side. So I moved all my action figures so you could see them. So I hope you like that. They're behind me as a background. But if you've never seen my face on your screens before, please click that big red subscribe button down below and click the notification bell so you get notifications every single time I upload. And by the way, my channel is just becoming a Doctor Who channel now, so no more ordinary videos, just Doctor Who videos. They are what I do best. That's why I've changed it. But yeah, so today's video is another show review, and oh my god, Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. Wow, literally I've got no words. I've written notes on my phone of what certain things that people might have liked or bad things, but there's not many bad things on there at all. By the way, I've got Team TARDIS on that poster and the Doctor on that poster, because I got that one in the Doctor Who magazine that had the Doctor on the other side, and then I got this one in the deluxe edition. So I decided Team TARDIS there, the Doctor there, so you could kind of have two posters. But yeah, so may as well get on with it. So it was a bit slow at the beginning. That's one thing I noticed. It was quite slow for 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes we got all the action and stuff, which is quite good. Now that was interesting. The beginning didn't really pick up, but I thought the middle and endings definitely made up for the fact that it was quite slow at the beginning. But yeah, it was fairly slow at the beginning, but it did eventually pick up to an extent. The other thing I've noticed as well is only after 5 minutes the Doctor comes in and says, "I don't suppose you've noticed anything weird around here," with her like light thing on her head. So I thought that was quite cool. And that quote, I can't believe I've actually remembered that quote, but I thought that was quite cool. And the fact that we've also picked it up. So I do these in parts. So I'm just mentioning the bits that I thought were quite good, and then I'm going to be doing overall thoughts, and yeah. And then we had a Silurian gun, so that was quite cool. We saw a lot less Sonic, which I think is brilliant. We saw hardly any Sonic in the last episode. I'll get into that in a minute. We also had Thomas Edison, some weird creature with red eyes. It was a fast-paced episode. We had a new creature called the Queen of the Sigma, and what an ending. So those are my points. So I'm gonna do overall thoughts. And so my overall thoughts on the episode, it was incredible. It was very fast paced. I nipped out to get a bag of crisps to watch it with for like a second, and I still knew what was going on. So that was quite good, and that's what I liked about it. And also the other fact that the goggles were back and the headlight was back from the Doctor, which I thought was quite awesome. And the fact that we had the mixture of Thomas Edison in it as well, which I think just made the episode go out with a bang. And we had the Silurian gun, which is also pretty awesome as well. I thought was epic in it as well. So those are my overall thoughts. Now my overall views of it were, I don't know what other people are going to think about it, but we did see a Silurian gun, and it was borrowed by the Queen of the Sigma, who was a new character. Now, you didn't need 2 parts with this. I felt like 1 part was enough to get to know this new creature, and it was really scary. That's what scared me. Like, it was like really cool, and the fact that a lot of these people had red eyes as well. I'm wearing my Hollister top if you guys haven't really noticed. But yeah, I thought it was very well written, and the writer did an incredible job with the storyline, and that we had a new enemy that fitted in well, I thought. So I thought it fitted in really well with the story. The fact we had a Silurian gun and we had this new creature that we didn't need 2 parts for. It was one of those creatures where I kind of just got the storyline. So I thought it was an incredibly well written storyline, and it was a very well written episode as well, with Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison. To be honest, they did actually promote it as what an ending, and what an ending it was. Now I'm happy about that. because I saw all over Twitter over the last week that they were promoting the ending as like some big, massive, crazy ending. So, and I was like, oh, not again. You can't just promote an ending because you don't actually know what it's going to be like. But it was an extraordinary ending, so actually advertising the ending was incredible, and it was definitely an amazing ending. Now we had that massive like shh, and then it just basically just fired the Sigma, the spaceship, up into existence. So I thought that was quite an awesome thing. Like the ending was better than last week's. Did I cry? What made me cry? Nothing made me cry. In fact, like nothing. I know emotions can flare in Doctor Who. I am aware of that. But nothing particularly this week made me cry. Nothing in last week's episode made me cry either. But what made me scared was this new creature that we saw in this week's episode. I'm saying this week's as this is going up tomorrow. Although knowing me, I'll probably end up refilming this tomorrow. But yeah, I thought it was just incredible. And also the fact that we had a lot less Sonic. I don't know if you guys picked up on that at all, but there was a lot less Sonic Screwdriver. There has been a lot less Sonic Screwdriver in this series. We saw it in Spyfall, but we didn't see it. We didn't see it in Orphanage 55. We didn't see the Sonic Screwdriver at all in Orphanage 55, but we saw it in this week's episode. And I think it's quite good to be reminded the Doctor still has a Sonic, but not in every single scene. And that's quite clever, actually. That's actually quite clever that we saw it in this week's episode. We saw a bit too much of it, but that's fine because we didn't see it in last week's episode. So I think they're just trying to make up for the fact we didn't see it in last week's episode by putting more Sonic in, which is fine. More Sonic in one episode is okay, but throughout the whole series, no. That was quite good. I definitely picked up on that, and those weird people, turns out there were people who died, but the Sigma were using them as like to capture the image of someone. So that was quite interesting to see those people with red eyes and contact lenses. So I thought that was quite cool. And again, I'm going to say it's a fast-paced episode because it was an incredibly fast-paced episode. You could look away for 2 seconds and be like, you know what was going on. So I quite like that. And in total, the Queen. Now that was an interesting one. I like the fact they had a Queen. I saw that in the trailer, like a weird kind of like creaturey head. It like ends on the thing in the trailer. So I thought that was pretty extraordinary, seeing that in full form. And the fact she was Queen of Sigma. I don't actually know if that was what they were properly called, but it was definitely what I think they were called, or my little name for them. But anyway, it was a very well written episode. What didn't you like about it? There was nothing I didn't like about this episode this week, which is very unusual because I had lots to say about Orphan 55, which I didn't like, but this week I'm just completely speechless and just like, wow, what a rum-dinger-dinger of an episode. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Like, it's all very well written. I mean, the only bit I have to say about the beginning is it was slow, and it would be nice not to have to see a slow beginning, but the middle and ending made up for that, so that was okay. But I have nothing bad to say about it, guys. Honestly, if you go and watch the episode, you'll know what I mean. I have nothing bad to say about it at all this week. So every week I'm going to be doing a little review, but I've got nothing bad to say about it this week. So yeah, and what score would you give it out of 10? Now, because this week's episode has been incredible, amazing, fast-paced, lots of running around, lots of action, lots of like intense moments in it, and lots of like new people and new characters and brand new creatures, and the TARDIS team fighting the universe again and again and again, saving the whole of humanity. I'm going to give it 10. See, I'm giving it a high rating because it was an incredible episode and it deserves a 10 out of 10 for me. 10 out of 10. And that is the score I'm giving it this week. This episode this week. It was incredible. There was nothing bad to say about it. It's a bit like how I gave Spyfall Part 1 and 2. I guess Spyfall was Part 1 a 7, I think, and Spyfall Part 2 a 10. But this week it gets a massive 10 out of 10 for me, because I'm just like, what a rum ding ding of an episode. Like, there's nothing bad to say about it. It was all very, very, very well written. So yeah, I've literally got nothing bad to say about it. Hope you've enjoyed this week's video. I will be uploading again on Friday, and also a special treat for you on Saturdays. I'm uploading Saturdays as well. So I will see you again this week for a new Doctor Who video. Probably one of my top 10s, and then I've started a new series called The Timeless Child, but it's not just The Timeless Child though, it's going to be like other things, so you might even get a special companion episode, because I want to do a Doctor Who companion video and compare the companions and give them ratings out of 10 and stuff. So I need to find everything and need to rewatch all the old episodes and note down things and stuff. So that might not be until February, because I need to rewatch all the old episodes and write down all the companions' names and rate them then. But that probably won't be till February. It needs intricate planning, you see. A video like that needs really good planning. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this week's video, and I'll see you guys soon for another video. Bye. You know what? I'm gonna let the Doctor Who music trump you out. Alonzi. See you guys. Alonzi.